Ghana South Africa, it's Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5. My name is Ash, and
Joseph.
I'm here with Joseph. Joseph, 5 goals today. 5 goals today. I think this is second time. This is second time this year, if I'm not mistaken, we've scored 5 goals against Crystal Palace.
Yeah. It's the second time. It was beautiful. Actually, the match today kind of taught us a lot, and you can see the reason of having a very fit squad and playing the right formation and getting the game done, and everything goes well. Despite the fact that earlier in the game we felt Saka injury will have an impact on the game, but at the end of the day, bringing in some nice substitution and we still got the game done. Yeah, I think it was just seeing Gabriel Jesus playing like prime Ronaldo, and trying to give us that vibe that there's no need of getting a striker. But for me, the game was nice and we really gave our all in the game. It was a very wonderful game.
You just mentioned Jesus and needing a striker. So if Jesus continues like this till the end of the season, do you still need a striker?
If he can guarantee us 2 goals in a game, I think there will be no need of getting a striker. If he will say, okay, giving us 2 goals in a game, when you get 2 goals in a game, that means you're not losing till the end of the season. And it's a kind of advantage to you because you know that definitely some teams are going to draw, they're going to lose. And if we can get that consistency in him, definitely we are going to win the league. Because there's a tendency that January is a very tight fixture and Arsenal is having a kind of very bad fixture. Would I say it's going to be tough for us in January. Playing almost all the big teams in January, and this is kind of team we need when the striker role needs to come in and do the job. So that we will not be looking at Bukayo Saka with Odegaard or trying to rely on our set pieces and the rest of it. So this is where striking force is going. We're really going to need it. It's going to come into play. So January is the main deal, and if they start up with this December period and with this kind of motivation and spirit, then we are going to get there. But for me, getting a striker in January will even motivate Gabriel Jesus to know that okay, somebody is out there at the bench, so you need to step up. So it will serve as a caution to him, and he will want to do more. So we need to get that striker in January so that everybody will sit up. You can imagine somebody like Calafuri, knowing fully well that other defenders are still there, Skilly starting ahead of him, Tierney being fit there. So you don't have to you need to be ahead of others to play. So you can see on the norms he would have said okay, let him go out to save himself some injury, but going out means that the next game is probably not going to start, and staying on the game gave him that ability to get an assist in this match today. So it was a very wonderful play for us now, and we need to go with that spirit. Definitely by God's grace we'll get something at the end of the season. That's what up.
So talking about you talked about Saka going off injured and Martinelli moved to that wing. What do you make of his performance from that flank?
Martinelli playing in Saka's wing is something that, number one, it gives him only 2 choices. It's either you cross the ball or you pass the ball. Playing on his own wing, he normally try to, get the job done by trying to dribble, which doesn't favor him for the first this season. So playing from that wing gives that mentality of someone needs the ball in the goal post. So I think it was not really bad playing from that wing. At least the Martinelli we used to know of giving that one-touch passes and the rest of it we saw it from that wing. So it's a nice game. So I would have liked Arteta to do that switching so that he will step off and know that it's not about dribbling, because he came close today on scoring and he really didn't use that opportunity very well.
He actually scored though.
Yes, that's after maybe multiple misses, which would have been a very good boost of morale to him to step up, and having a 2-goal caution on his name would have been a wonderful. You can see Gabriel Jesus, the motivation he got from the Cup League gave him that momentum that okay, he needs to fight for a place in the team and starting. And you see, it paid off today. His positioning today was outstanding, and that really gave him the goal. So if he didn't work on himself and know that okay, the team needs him, I think the game would have been something of 3-1 or 2-1 thereabout, and we'll start think of a striker role coming into play again. So, moreover, credit to Arteta on his substitutions. It was wonderful. So I think the substitution played a very good role. You can see him taking Havertz off and keeping Partey. That's one thing we know he rarely does. He gets so it gave Partey the ability to calm down and play his game while Declan Rice do the dirty jobs and it gave Declan Rice the opportunity to move forward and to go up front to get a goal. Because whenever he's not playing with Partey, you can't say Declan is moving up because he knows all hope will be depending on him to be at that number 6 to defend everything. So when Partey is there, he has that momentum and that confidence that okay, somebody is there when I'm not here. So I think it's a very nice one for today. The Gunners, we really put some an effort today. So it's a very wonderful game today. Everybody really tried.
So your man of the match. Your man of the match.
Um, my man of the match, I would say Gabriel Jesus because all-round performance, and you can imagine Gabriel Jesus trying to get a hat trick despite the fact that with the height, and I didn't expect that kind of jump and nothing and positioning from him today. But my man of the match today is Gabriel Jesus because he really stepped up his game. We did not see the Gabriel Jesus that like trying to dribble always and taking player on than doing the one or two to beat one situation. He was outstanding today. Credit to him. So if he can be playing like this, I think Arsenal will really go a long way this season. So Gunners, let's just hope he stepped up with the way he did today and leave dribbling. That's what Mourinho tell you. Tell you, play your shit and give me the 3 points. So it's not about who you dribble. Who you dribble doesn't count. Give two to beat one is better than dribbling because it gives you a high chance of scoring and than dribbling or trying to show off and the rest of it. So I think he's my man of the match for this for today's match today. He's the man of the match. So
All right.
the man of the match today.
It's all right. Before you go, we played a setup today. Kai Havertz, Partey, and Odegaard. So Jesus could play as the top 9. What do you make of the setup?
Initially, it was not working because Partey was struggling with the ability of creating chances, trying to feed Odegaard, and trying to be the number 6 as well, trying to defend. You see, he was kind of sluggish with the first 20 minutes, trying to track back and the rest of it because he was always in front, maybe trying to be at the center of the field and the rest of it. So when Declan Rice came, he now knew that his role was reduced to stay at that number 6, constantly distributing with the two flanks and playing his game, and Declan Rice do the dirty work. So that midfield didn't work like that. So because of Havertz is not that kind of player that holds on the ball or trying to come deep to come and help out. He only comes maybe in the center of the midfield to come and take the ball and move for a counter attack. So it was not okay for us. But as we may have it, they really struggled to get it together and trying to win the match the first half and moving on. So the substitution Arteta made really helped in this game today because Partey was he was struggling. So immediately the guys came in and everything was like how it normally used to be. You will say it's like Arsenal playing Man City in the Community Shield. That was the kind of squad we needed in that match. We didn't even realize that Saka was not in the game because Martinelli never showed us that sense of trying to dribble one player instead of giving the ball one-on-one. And
It was direct.
yes, he was direct today. There was no sentiment and about his dribbling and the rest of it. So it's a very nice game today. So the midfield didn't work initially, but the substitution Arteta did was wonderful. It helps us. So it was a very key match for us, and we got the 3 points. That's the most important thing.
So going forward in the title race.
The title race now, with you can see why most of the Arsenal fans were complaining about Arteta's lineup. Let's assume the kind of faith he had in Luis Kelly was there when we needed him to put the guy. We won't be in this position now because he wouldn't be playing Partey at off position and White Timber the other way around. So he would have been the starting up 4 line and Partey would have been there in the midfield. And believe me, some matches that we drew, we wouldn't have drew those matches. And some matches that we lost once wouldn't have happened that way because our midfield was not working at all because we were missing Odegaard and at the same time we are still struggling to hold the midfield while playing. So now, if we can have this lineup always and the sub available, we'll really go a long way. So let's keep playing and winning our games, not minding the next opponents, because we believe that definitely there'll be ups and downs in their own way. But let us just try and win and get our 3 points. Definitely, God will help us. We'll get the league. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.